So here's how I'm going to start. I'm going to share a brand new story that I heard at church that I freaking loved, by the way. So I'm going to start that with a new story about Tony Robbins. Who's heard of Tony Robbins by show of hands? Yes. Say aye if you've heard of Tony Robbins. Aye. Dude, who hasn't? Like, if you haven't, where have you been? What planet are you living on? He shares this story about, he's 62 now. He shares, which he looks great for 62, doesn't he? He started out doing events 37 years ago when he was 25. When he was 25 years old, he did an event with 125 people. Nate doubled his event, by the way. Congratulations, Nate. Okay, right? He did an event for 125 people, and he did it till midnight. Most people do events, and they don't go till midnight. Now, Nate may push the envelope, but Nate didn't go till midnight. He went till midnight. But he was so amped up and fired up because of the event that he couldn't go to bed yet. It's like 12:30, 1 a.m. So he says, I'm going to actually go out for a walk in downtown Boston. He's in downtown Boston. I've never been to Boston, but supposedly, okay, if you have, there's huge tall buildings that are older than the U.S. They've got old cobblestone roads. I don't know about you, but I've never been to Boston. But he goes out and starts walking in downtown Boston amongst the old cobblestone roads. And as he's walking down this road, there's this gentleman at the other end of the road that's walking towards him. He's got his head down, he's got a hat on, he's got a long trench coat, and he's kind of stumbling a little bit as he walks towards Tony Robbins. Was that a decent drunk impression or no? Yeah. Okay, he's stumbling a little bit. I've never been drunk yet, to be honest, so I don't really know what it feels like. But maybe this is it, I don't know. As he gets closer, he can start to smell the guy. I can't smell Josh, but Tony could smell the dude that was walking in front of him. He could start to smell a lot of alcohol on the guy. As he got closer, he's like, this guy is drunk. And the guy gets closer. I don't know about you, but like 1 a.m., downtown Boston, pitch black, some dude in a trench coat that's drunk and like, right, is walking towards you. Now, Tony's a big dude, so he can probably protect himself just fine. But the individual's walking closer, and as he gets closer, he looks at Tony and says, can I have a quarter? Can you spare me a quarter? Tony, I need a quarter. Can you spare a quarter? Brad, you got a quarter? Brad's got a lot more than a quarter, by the way. And Tony says, are you sure that you only want a quarter? He's like, yeah, I just need a quarter. Can you spare a quarter? I just want a quarter. He says, okay. He pulls out his wallet. He's got hundreds of dollars in his wallet. And he's flipping through the cash as he looks to find a quarter in all of this cash. And he's showing the gentleman the cash as he's finding the quarter, right? And the gentleman's he's looking at Tony. He's looking at the cash. He's looking at Tony. He's looking at the cash. And Tony eventually finds a quarter. And as he's looking, he's like, are you sure you only want a quarter? I just need a quarter. Can you spare a quarter? Terrible Boston accent. Can you just have a quarter? He's looking at the money. He's looking at the quarter. He's looking at Tony. He's looking at the money. And then Tony puts his wallet back in as he finds a quarter. And the dude starts looking at the wallet and the cash in the pocket. And Tony pulls out a quarter and says, life will give you whatever you ask of it. He gives him a quarter. He says he takes the quarter, says, you're weird, and runs off. The moral of the story is some of us in our business, we're asking for quarters. We're waking up and we're chasing quarters. You get one life. How you use it is up to you. It can be special. It can be great. It can be a Perry Lunsford type of life. It can be whatever you want. But some of us are waking up and we thinking we deserve quarters. I'm telling you, I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care where you're at. How much money is in your bank account. I don't care how many agents you got. I don't care how many chargebacks you got. I'm telling you, you can have more than a bunch of freaking quarters. Do I got your attention tonight? Yeah. Anybody feeling this? Yeah. Say aye if you're alive. I got 3 key questions for you before I get to my 8 business beliefs tonight. I got 8 core business beliefs. And why 8? Because I got 8% brand, so I might as well keep using a bunch of 8s, right? First question, I want to expand your brain. I can't put stuff in there if you're thinking small. I can't force feed the right info in if you've got defense blockers up there, right? And you're like the Heisman and you're like, bro, Nate, it ain't getting in my brain. First question, would you rather $1 million cash or 1 million followers? Who says, give me the money, give me the cash? Okay, I'm not saying there's right or wrong answers, even though there is, okay? Who would say, dude, give me the followers, Give me the following. Perry Lunsford made millions of dollars in health insurance because everybody knows him as the healthy insurance guy, don't they? Yeah. Dude, you can have the same life. Second question, would you rather be the best player on the worst team or the worst player on the best team? Dude, this thing gets special when you get unbelievable people like Dylan Corbett, Rodney, Devin, and Derek on your squad. Yeah. Dude, life gets special when you get special people on the team. Yep. Yeah. I don't know about you, but 5 years ago, I had the Bad News Bears and the Benchwarmers of insurance. Terrible, terrible team. And guess what? Who was to blame? Hello, your boy. It was all my fault. I was attracting losers because I was a loser. I'm attracting better people now, but I guarantee you, I got a lot more growth in me. A bunch of you have seen me speak a lot. I hope I'm getting a little better every now and then. Because that's the point. This game is evolving. This game can be whatever you want it to be. But if you don't get any better, you don't change, you don't improve, you don't get better, Jesse Park, it doesn't matter what you do. Because until you get better, nothing gets better, Stephen LeDuc, right? That's right, brother. We just hired the social media manager and stole her from Johnny Morris and Bass Pro Shops. Come on, somebody. She left Bass Pro Shops to work for 8%. Do you think that's a quality candidate? Do you think apparently we got a better culture than the billionaire Johnny? Apparently we're attracting people in our community around the world because of all the private jets and events and fun that we're having and the millions that we're helping around the world. That's right. You can have the same thing. Third question. Think about the biggest problem in your business right now. Dang, I got 24 minutes, I gotta move. This is like an hour keynote normally, but I'm gonna get it in, okay? I will not go over by much, okay? Just kidding. Think about your biggest problem in your business right now and write it down. Those that take action and write it down actually believe they got a problem. The rest of you just think you're perfect. Good for you. Why are you even, like if you don't write something down, why are you even here, right? Think about the biggest problem in your business right now. Think about it. Maybe it's prospecting, maybe it's leads, maybe it's closing, maybe it's team, maybe it's agency, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe you need Sandra in your life. I don't know what you need. Yeah. But you got to figure out what it is. Your biggest, I didn't say 12, I said your biggest one. Far too many times we focus on too much crap anyway. Let's get good at one. Let's overcome one. Let's get great at one. Let's solve one. The question in that is, would you pay $50,000 to solve it right now? And I'm not asking for 50, and I'm not saying I can solve it, because I don't know what the problem is. Say aye if you'd pay 50 to solve it. Aye. Dude, this is a better room than normal. I was at Tax Growth Con talking to a bunch of accountants and CPAs because I know a ton about taxes, right? And I got like a dozen eyes. I'm like, where the freak am I at? Well, I'm talking to a bunch of accountants for starters. I can tell you this. I've done whatever it took to solve big problems in my life. As an example, I paid to go to a $50,000 mastermind. A $50,000 mastermind. A round table, a dozen people with a couple billionaires. And the number one thing I learned is that I was the problem. If you didn't write down you, hello, right? Like I was the problem. I was getting my way. I was thinking too small. I wasn't forcing and getting better and getting serious about this thing, and I was holding myself back. The way I thought was too small. My actions were not enough. My daily routine, my goals, all of it was not where it needed to be. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're gonna love. It's right there. Click on it, see you in there. So we've had a lot of unlicensed agents finding us, following our stuff, or newly licensed, just joining the business, and you're thinking like, dude, what is the life insurance career like? What's an insurance career like overall? Well, I want you to think about the vision.